The story of Layla and Farid. Once upon a time, in a kingdom nestled between lush valleys and great rivers, there lived a young woman named Layla, known for her beauty, intelligence, and kind heart. Layla was the daughter of a wealthy merchant who loved her dearly and always wished to find the perfect match for her. However, Layla was not interested in marrying just anyone. She believed that love should not be rushed, and that one should only marry when they truly find a soulmate who complements their soul. One day, a young man named Farid came to the merchant's house. Farid was the son of a learned scholar and a master in the art of poetry and philosophy. He had traveled across many lands and had earned the admiration of people far and wide. Farid had heard of Layla's beauty and wisdom and decided to seek her out. When Farid arrived at the merchant's house, he was struck by Layla's grace and intellect. They spoke for hours, discussing matters of philosophy, art, and the world's greatest mysteries. Farid was captivated by her sharp mind and gentle demeanor. However, Layla, while impressed with his intellect, felt that there was something more she needed to understand about him before considering love. After many weeks of meeting, Farid could no longer contain his feelings. He approached Layla's father with a proposal for marriage, promising to be a loving and devoted husband. However, Layla, who had always valued patience and wisdom, set a challenge before him. "If you truly wish to marry me, Farid," she said, "I will only accept your proposal if you can pass a test of patience and wisdom. You must spend 3 months alone in the mountains, meditating and reflecting on the true nature of love. During this time, you must give up all distractions and worldly comforts. After the 3 months, if you return with a heart full of understanding, I will consider marrying you." Farid was initially taken aback by the challenge, but the sincerity in Layla's eyes made him accept. He understood that love, for Layla, was not just about physical attraction or the excitement of courtship. It was about deep understanding and a connection of souls. Farid set out on his journey to the mountains. He lived in a small, isolated cave and spent his days meditating, pondering the nature of love, the meaning of life, and the wisdom he had accumulated in his travels. He gave up the comforts of his rich life, no luxuries, no distractions, only the natural elements to keep him company, the wind, the trees, the stars. As the months passed, Farid grew in wisdom. He realized that true love was not about possession or desire, but about mutual respect, trust, and understanding. He reflected on his past, his desires, and his own nature. Slowly, he began to let go of the impulsive desires that had driven him and embraced a more peaceful, patient understanding of life and love. He also began to learn that patience was one of love's greatest virtues. Farid understood that love, like a beautiful garden, requires time, care, and nurturing. One cannot force love to bloom, and rushing toward it only leads to disappointment. Farid realized that true love is not hurried, and it does not demand instant results, it is a steady growth. After 3 long months, Farid returned to the kingdom, feeling as though he had been reborn. He made his way to Layla's house, where she greeted him with a calm and composed demeanor. She asked, her voice soft, "Have you returned, Farid?" Farid bowed deeply and said, "Yes, Layla, I have returned. I have learned the lessons of patience and wisdom, and I now understand what true love is. It is not about possessing another person, but about letting them be themselves and respecting their journey. It is about growing together, side by side, with care, trust, and understanding. I have learned to love not just with my heart, but with my mind and my spirit." Layla, listening carefully, nodded. "And how did you learn patience, Farid?" Farid smiled. "Through reflection and solitude. I learned that love is a process, not a destination. Just like a tree must wait for the right season to bear fruit, so must love take its time to grow." Layla looked at him with a soft, approving smile. "I believe you, Farid. You have passed the test. Your wisdom and patience have proven that you are ready for true love. In the following weeks, Farid and Layla's wedding was held, not as a grand spectacle, but as a simple, beautiful ceremony in the garden where they had first met. The two were united not just by love, but by wisdom, patience, and a deep understanding of what it meant to care for one another. Their marriage was not without challenges, but they faced every trial with the same understanding and patience that had brought them together. They helped one another grow, supported each other's dreams, and found joy in each moment they shared. Together, they lived a life full of love, not just for each other, but for the world around them.